I can smell love in the air because Valentine is looking around the corner. And if you're listening to this episode is for you because it is gonna be beautiful. I think I'm a bad rapper, okay? Hello, you're welcome to another great episode. And with you in the studio is no other person but your host, Adeshia Roslyn. Okay, today's topic is quite deep, yeah, but beautiful. Alright, and it says your relationship can satisfy you. Let me shout it out again. Your relationship can give you satisfaction, okay? And it is just because you haven't found the right one for you. That is why you're still entangled with, some of those things, challenges you experience, okay? And okay, before we go right into today's episode, I've been getting some feedback from some persons, and I would love to appreciate them. To Mr. Leke Oti, Adeleke Oti, to Miss Deborah Henyo, to Mr. Prince Belumi, to Adewonyi Eunice, Miss Adewonyi Eunice, and lots more. I really appreciate your feedback, and to you listening to this, thank you you're gonna leave a feedback, after listening to this episode. Alright, let's take a quick break and we shall be right back. Alright, you're welcome back. You say, there's something you just have to know. That it is just because you haven't found the right relationship for you that it seems as though your relationship has not been working. Okay? And when we talk about relationship, we all know it's, connection between two or more persons. Okay? And before you can have this connection, there is something always, bounding those two persons or more together. And this force holding them tight together must be a great one that no matter what happens, no matter what issue they come across, and no matter what happens, they will still stand. It is just like, the wise man that built his house on the rock, that when the rain comes and try to shake the house, move the house will still stand. Otherwise, your relationship will keep having frictions, clashes, from both persons or more involved. Okay, and you have to know this, whether you accept it or not. It is a fact that we are limited to what we know, about a person. Of course, we cannot be the hominids, right? And until we connect to the person who is the hominy, who have all, who knows all, and who can do all, then all our relationship, we keep having, some of those things again and again. And this person who knows all and who can do all, is God. We all know that. And his first breath into man was the breath of life, the breath of a spirit man in us, to connect to his spirit always, to communicate to him. That is why, we have a spirit man, and the spirit man is the real you. You see, it is not enough, to seek for counsel from friends, from other people you call mentors or something. It is not enough, because you can't handle it alone. Even with them, they can only help you to an extent, but they won't offer the best, because they're still limited to this physical realm. Okay? So if you think you can handle it all alone, without the spiritual being, then you won't go far. And what I'm talking about, this relationship, is applicable to all. To your work, to how you spend your time, your money, to how you make your decisions. So you have to let the Creator be the center of your relationship, because He is the only one that can help you sustain, establish, and fulfill every of your relationship with His creations. He is the only one that can help you attain that satisfaction you seek for.
Before I spoke a word, you were singing over me.
PraiseZion.com.
You have been so good to me.
Okay, so that is to mean that when you have Him, you get satisfaction. Okay, let me give it as an equation. You have you plus God plus, your loved ones. You get a satisfaction. You have you plus God plus how you spend your money. You get a satisfaction. You plus God and how you spend your time, how you make your decisions, you have the satisfaction. Because in the real sense, what happens if you put Him behind the scene? If you put God behind closed doors, what happens is when you relate with your loved ones, with your family, what you get back at some point is resentment, grudges, and hatred. Without you spend your money, you will not have enough knowledge on how to be prudent and spending even your time. Your time you might end up making it unfruitful, making it unpurposeful, and with your decisions you might end up taking rash decisions that might land you, into life consequences, right? And you don't want that, right? So you have to put God at the center, involve Him at the beginning, take Him along, let Him know at the center, and at the end, let Him be there. So let the cycle go on like that. You, God, your family, you, God, your family, or you, God, your money, your time, like that. You, God, your decision, how you make your decision, you, God, and like that. By so doing, then, the satisfaction you will not ordinarily get will come to you naturally. And how does this happen? It happens when you communicate to God. When challenges come, when situation arises, it's you telling it to God before getting to the family, the spouse, the partner. Or is it money? You telling it to God. Then He telling you back on how to spend it. Now to you, God, your time. Then you just, know purpose and you become more fruitful with how you spend your time. Likewise, how you make your decision. Alright? So, the only relationship that can satisfy a man is that relationship which your spirit man has with the spirit being of God. And it is only that relationship that settles every other physical relationship you have here on earth. Because it is only that person, God, that knows all, that can do all, and that, have all it takes. And as long as is a spirit being, it knows beyond what we know. Because the actual fact is, whatsoever happens in the physical has been orchestrated from the spirit realm. And if you don't know that, you can't go beyond that. You can't know beyond what's, known. You can't. So make God the center of your relationship and see how things turn around. Okay, and that was Reckless Love by Corey Asbury. Alright, so, and what we're saying is that it's not as if you will not have argument. As a matter of fact, love doesn't mean you will always agree. It doesn't mean you will never have argument. But it means that despite the bad days, you still can't see yourself with other person. You still can't imagine yourself wasting away time. You know why? It is because you have involved God. You have to involve Him. You don't have to put Him behind closed doors, behind the scene. It should be this at the center. At the center. It should be at the center. And you have to listen what the Bible says in 1 John 4, verse 7 to 12. It says, "Dear friends, let us love one another, for love comes from God. Everyone who loves has been born of God and knows God. Whoever does not love doesn't know God, because God is love." So if God is love, and He knows all, have all, and can do all, and is the spirit being, the creator of all creations, then as long as you make Him, the center, you place Him at the center of your relationship, then no matter what happens, no matter how hard, no matter how challenges, no matter what circumstance comes your way, He will see you through. You will see the satisfaction. You will see the satisfaction you have always wanted to experience. Let God be at the center today. Okay, and here comes the end of today's episode. Okay, before we leave, the word for today is rapport, spelled R-A-P-P-O-R-T, rapport. And it means a friendly, harmonious relationship, especially one characterized by agreement, mutual understanding, or empathy that makes communication possible or easy. And the first and best person you have to, seek to having such rapport with is God first. Then every other thing can follow. Right. And okay, here comes this episode. I believe you are blessed. So I want you to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Until I come your way next for another episode, I want to say happy Valentine's Day in advance. Happy Valentine's Day in advance. I wish it all beautiful for you all. Okay. Alright, until I come your way next, stay blessed and safe. I remain your host, Adesina Roslyn. Bye for now.
When I was your foe, still your love fought for me. You have been so good to me. When I felt no worth, you paid it all.